Hello everybody, hope you're doing good. It's been about 3 years since our last update video on World of Zania, and because I totally finished everything I start, it's completely playable right now. Except it's not. No, I actually am rewriting the whole project from scratch. And, whether it gets finished or not, I'm not going to make any promises right now. But it's pretty cool what I have going so far, and I thought I'd show you all. Maybe you'll find it interesting. Maybe you'll get some ideas for your project, or you just want to see what's going on. Let's check it out, because there's some cool systems and mechanics that we have done here. Let's go ahead and check it out. So here's our server right here, and here's the client. Now, the big change is the server saves and loads the world all through chunks. So each square that you see right here is a chunk. Now, I can load and unload these chunks just with my mouse cursor. Just putting my mouse over something loads and unloads different chunks. So we go over to our client, and here we go. The background is AI generated. I know you totally can't tell that, right? I'm going to change that, obviously in the future. But I do like the colors. It's kind of a style that I'm going for. So we can log in. We can make a new account. And you can already see I'm going a completely different graphic style than the old version. I'm going more of a prison architect / RimWorld style, top-down, kind of with pawns and everything. And so we can put in our character name. I have tab working, which is nice. Can put in an email, put in a password. And then, yeah, all this customizable stuff, it all works. We can change our skin color. And I'm going for these, like, crazy skin colors, just whacked out colors, crazy world kind of a feel is what I'm going for. Hair, I only have one hairstyle right now. And your hair color, obviously, you can change this. And then your head, that doesn't work right now, but there'll be different shapes of heads. And then your face, which, this isn't fully done, but the buttons work. One gimmick that I'm going to add with this game, again, this is an online multiplayer RPG, is facial expressions will be something that I add. So your character's face is going to change based off what you're doing. If you get hit by an enemy player or an enemy mob, your face is going to respond to that. If you're running, if you're out of breath, if you're tired, if you're hurt, if you're happy, your face will change based off that, which I think that would be kind of a fun gimmick. So we're going to create our account, and there we go. And right now, everything stores in these INI files. I'll probably move this to something better. But here's all the data that the server saves, then the server loads. All this is server-side stuff you're looking at right now. And this is the data that will be sent to the other players as well. So we're going to go ahead and log in. Log in. And here we go. Now, this wall right here, I need to move out of the way to just delete that. Just ignore that you even saw that. Now, again, going back to the server, here's our player. And that's just the shape of our hitbox. Head doesn't really matter right now. And again, like I said, each square is a chunk. And so that is what our world is made up of. And then we can see in our folder here, we have this chunk folder. And these are all the chunks that we've created so far. If our player keeps moving outward, more chunks will be loaded. Just a little thing. Anyway, no, I forgot what I was just going to say. Anyway, so that's our chunk system. If you are interested in how that specific chunk system works, you can check out the link in the description of this video, the marketplace. And you can see I'm very highly rated, 3 out of 5 stars. That was because of an old asset that people hated. So I completely remade it from the ground up, and hopefully that score goes up later. But everything else, my stuff's pretty well liked, and all the money that I make on here goes to my projects. This is just a way to support me, support the channel. But anyway, it's right here, chunks, infinite world. The exact chunk system that I'm using for the server is right here. And so, anyway, check that out if you're interested. Anyway, going back to the server, so how this is going to work, the world generation, right now you see there's nothing going on. The world is going to be able to be created within any client that has admin privileges. So if I click B, you can see this build menu comes up. And we have all these different options, floors and nature, walls, lighting, miscellaneous. So there'll be more added. And we can click wall, and we have these buttons here. And this will add a wall into the game. And you can see over here on the server, it's added. Now again, because it's all chunks, what's happening is this is being added into the server. Of course, if there were other players online right now, If I added another client, all of this is synced up, but this is sent to the server, and the server then saves that to one of these chunk files right here. So it can be loaded and unloaded. And in fact, if I move my player way over here, I'm going to unload that chunk. You can already see on the client, it disappeared. But over on the server, I can unload that chunk, and it's gone. But if I go back, you can see over here even on the server, there it is. Big ol' L. Wonder what that stands for. Okay, so that's basically how it works. Now, here's the thing. So on the server, everything's loaded and unloaded with chunks. That's how the server remembers the world. It loads the world, saves the world. But for the client, the server is not sending the client the chunks. The server is only sending the objects and the tiles that the player is near. So you can see over here on the server that chunk is loaded, which everything is low range right now just for testing purposes. But when I walk away, look over here on the client, you can see that it's going to begin to unload. But over on the server, it's still loaded because the server is not sending the client the chunks. The server only sends the objects and the tiles that the player is actually near. So when I walk away, it unloads, but when I walk near it, it loads. Obviously, when the game's released, there's going to be a much longer range, and the player's not even going to notice what loads and unloads, but that's just the way it is. And that's how it works. So you can see here, I can add these walls. Now, these walls automatically detect what image index they're supposed to be. So you can see that when I walk away, you can see how they kind of change and just kind of form into what they need to be. Again, when this game is out, players won't even see all this stuff, but it's pretty cool to look at. Now, I only have 3 things you can set down right now. These other buttons don't work. But yeah, I could add trees. I can add some rocks. Again, all of this is just kind of testing purposes. And yeah, it is what it is. So there it is. That's our chunk system, our loading and unloading system. And all of this works. It's all through networking. If I loaded in another client right now, that client would totally see my character, what he looks like, his face, his skin color, hair color, and all of these objects. And anyway, that's all I got done right now. But you can see these systems serve as a pretty good foundation for where the game is going to go. And again, I'm just going with a whole different style, something completely different than the original project. I think what's going to be really cool is I am going to give regular players the ability to basically punch through any wall, break through basically almost anything in the game if they have the right skills and the right tools. So what's going to happen is the whole world, almost the whole world, is going to be destructible. I want all the NPCs, almost all of them, to be able to be killed, and then all of that respawns because the whole world is saved through the server, so the server will just respawn everything over the course of like 10 minutes or so. And so it'll just be fun. Now, again, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. We'll see where this project goes. You can see a nice little glitch right there. Always love that. That's because over on the server, in the player, they don't agree right now. But anyway, I don't want to make any promises or get anybody's hopes up. But if you want to follow this project, you can follow me on X, which I liked when it was called Twitter. But you can follow me on x.com/Wizardy or twitter.com/Wizardy, whatever you're used to typing in. Follow me over on there. You could also join my Discord. The link for that is in the description. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all my loyal subscribers that's been with me since the beginning of time. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.